Secretly Smurfing, thanks for the follow. Alright guys, jumping into this best of 5 show match between Jeff Kills and Nintendo Hippy. Jeff Kills, the recent winner of the 2v2 tournament, must be on a high. Going to be choosing Yap Yap to start with, and Nintendo Hippy, an old returning player, hasn't played for a while. Why is my controller working? Alright.
Supply pad constructed.
Apparently my controller's broken and I hit casting on mouse, but here we are. So Nintendo Hippy decided to opt in for Cutter. He's going to want to pick up his mini bases very early. Already picking up one, and he can already see the fodder coming down the left side to pick up, try and take a mini steal off him. So that Marine's going to be going straight there. Looks like Jeff probably knows he's not going to get a mini, so he opted to go for generator third rather than fourth, instead of the triple harvester opener. Most Yap players do open triple harvester because you can't upgrade your power extractor straight away when you do put it down third. He doesn't have enough power to upgrade that. But Jeff, with the unusual play, is going to be going for a second power extractor, and that's going to be on the 4th slot there. Hippy only just getting up his first power extractor as well. Hippy does manage to pick up all of his minis, but there is a cheeky mine on the power node in front of Hippy's base. So a Marine is going to walk into that, potentially die, unless he does get a sniper early. So now Jeff has got his 2 power extractors, one being upgraded, almost done. He's now back with a fodder to pick up the mini bases. Is that generator being upgraded? So yeah, generator is being upgraded. That's why I don't like keyboard and mouse. I never know the button to actually check that. So the armory's up, so Nintendo Hippy is going to be opting in for Spartan. She's pretty good against Yap Yap, but it looks like Jeff might just be not playing a typical Yap Yap, might just be going for heavy grunts to take some power nodes and getting the 2 power extractors upgraded, and going to try and sail into a comfortable Tech 2. Hippy has already swapped to the 2nd power extractor as well. I should probably like everyone this. Alright, there we go. Jeff turning it up, so he is definitely going into Tech 2 with the heavy grunts to supplement the fodder early on, just to take these power nodes. Both players now working on their first power node. Hippy managing to avoid the first mine, but there is a double mine further down as well. Really close, but Hippy has a really good PC monitor, so I imagine he can see those mines and where they are, which is why he's managing to avoid them. Looks like Jeff might be getting up 4 turrets as well. Going to be stealing the garrisons before the Marine does, so he can't get any units in there like a sniper, a Marine, Spartan, if he does decide to push this base. Looks like the Spartan did manage to tank a few mines with his shield. Shield is down to half health, but he should be able to regenerate that pretty quickly because there's no real pressure from Jeff. Double raid cam from Jeff now with double heavy grunts coming out. A Spartan tanks another mine, goes back down to half shield just to clear them out. Good play by Hippy. Didn't need to commit to a sniper there. He can just regenerate that shield quite easily. Jeff does have a population lead, but it is mostly fodder. It's just annoying more than anything, and they're going to start pushing up now into these units. And the mines and the shade drop come down. Quite poorly executed by Jeff kills there. Did catch a couple of Marines, but only one mine does go off. Hippy, if he wanted to, could have Spartan slammed them, but I think he just wanted to get away from the shade turrets. Jeff with the early grunt goblins. So... heavy grunts with these early leaders. The heals are going to be really good. Slam goes down on all the fodder just to clean those up, but that's going to release some population for Jeff to be able to go into some ranges. And he's actually going to have extra healing from the Apex and the engineers that are coming out.
I'm suited up and ready for some serious killing action.
Hippy now taking his second power node. That cannon fodder actually might steal his power node from Hippy here, right in front of his eyes. Shade turrets have now gone, and Jeff does take that power node. It's going to be 2 power nodes to 2. Hippy now choosing to pick up an expert, and he is in Tech 2 as well. Not really lost many units early on, but we're going to get engagement going down here. Spartan versus Grunt Goblin with an ODST job coming down as well, and a Spartan slam. Kind of premature with the Spartan slam there. The ODSTs went down a bit late. If Jeff wanted to, he could have got out of that, but he is going to lose one of his Grunt Goblins to those ODST mines, which means this army is vulnerable and it's going to back away, and Hippy is going to chase it down. A lot of heavy grunts falling. The engineer is going to fall. Oh, another weak Grunt Goblin here is unupgraded. Jeff needs to be careful. One Ranger's going to get picked off as well by this Spartan. Not great micro coming out of Jeff right now. He needs to back off, recoup his armies down to 29 population. Hippy up to 40 with an Expo now, and he's going to retake map control and take all of these power nodes. Looks like Jeff's going to now be swapping into a third raid camp. As soon as Hippy checked the Expo, Jeff saw him from the ledge, and he's going to pick that up as Hippy backs off because he doesn't imagine he's going to check it anytime soon again. Jeff's still trying to take the power nodes with the fodder. That is going to be denied by Hippy once again. It's going to help his power income with these 4 power nodes. And he has 3 generators as well, the third one being upgraded. Jeff being Yap Yap with a pretty good eco, still on 2 upgraded gens, despite getting the early gens in Tech 1 as well. Well before Hippy did. Another engagement here, but Jeff again caught out of position. These are tier 1 Grunt Goblins now, not T2, and this is a T2 Spartan chasing them down. Bit of a waste of a mine there. They go off instantly. Grunts from above comes down, and the Spartan has wasted his slam, so he's not going to be able to steal that methane wagon. And Hippy knows it. He's just going to back off. Don't want to take a bad engagement. There's Rangers here now. Heavy Grunts are getting buffed by the methane. Going to drop some smoke down to help his escape. And Hippy does scout the Expo. Nothing he can do about it at the moment.
Supply pad constructed.
Double barracks going to be seeing snipers coming out from Hippy. That expert is upgraded as well. And Jeff's going to be making a push up with this grunts from above, and he's going to be retaking the power nodes with the heavy grunts.
Turret constructed.
So Jeff did waste the mines earlier, so they'll be on cooldown, but he should have shade drop anytime soon. Just going to throw away a heavy grunt and possibly a ranger there. Now Jeff does realise, and he backs off with those rangers. Hippy can almost go into Tech 3 and potentially going to be going stanchion. That's why he's starting to get the snipers out. He has queued up Tech 3 right on time the second he hits the 1500 power. And Jeff's still stuck on Tech 1, currently upgrading his Expo. Just looking for an opening to take Hippy down here. Misses the shade turret, which means he won't be able to control his army because he's got another 2 left to drop. Great splits by Hippy there. The snipers get stunned just at the end, but they are going to survive. Smoke going down on the turret to save those snipers. Going to back off. So again, a bit of a waste by Jeff, and he didn't have the mines. So that combo is out the window for Jeff for about 120 seconds, I believe the mines take.
Leader power ready. Goblin getting a battering.
You know, Jeff pushed all the way back up now. ODST is coming down again with the Spartan Slam. The mine's going down at the back, but one gets picked off. ODST mine's down. Methane Wagon's going to sit in it. The Methane Wagon's going to die. There's the debuff and buff for these heavy grunts gone out the window. Cyclops shot coming down to stun that leader. These are now Tech 2 grunt goblins chasing this army, and Hippy is not actually shooting back because he is running away, trying to take advantage of that raid to escape this army. Doesn't feel like he can win the engagement now that he's used all his drops. Just going to back up to his base where he has turrets. Meanwhile, Jeff has retaken all of the power nodes in the center. And Jeff still on the aggressive. Sitting on a lot of eco. 2k blue. 1400 power. Most likely waiting for his tech free. And Jeff should clear out some mini bases while he's here. Hippy doesn't have a huge army here to engage this. He has a lot of blue. Probably looking for that 5th point ODST assault group. Just going to be poking with the snipers. Try and take down a few heavy guns where he can. But Yap does have those heals. Jeff's Fair Generator now coming up on the main base as well. Jeff with a healthy eco. Has enough to go tech free. Looks like he's going to be spending the money on locusts as well instead. Grunts from above is back up. He still has a couple of those 1-star heavy grunts and grunt riders from the first drop. The Methane Wagon did die in the earlier engagement. And it looks like Stanchion's up as well. Hippy getting a bit close and personal there. Going to back off as the grunt dome comes down. And Jeff's sat right outside his expo here. And picking up the other 2 bases on the map as well. So Jeff's going to be 4 bases to 2 in a second. Again, Hippy getting close to the grunt dome. One beam could end all of those snipers' lives, should Jeff wish to choose it. No reinforcements from either player yet. Both prioritizing tech free instead. More heals coming down. Stanchion putting in some good work with the range. Looks like he managed to kill one of the grunt goblins there, so one of the heals are going to be down. There comes the grunts from above. And Hippy just poking these grunt goblins with a sniper. Stanchion putting in a lot of damage on this army. And looks like Jeff's going to opt to back off. And there comes the ODST assault group, going to cut off half of the army. Mines coming down on top as well, but a Spartan Slam comes down, kills one of the mines. The other one does explode on that tank. And Hippy just taking really good engagements here, just constantly poking Jeff's army, picking off a lot of units. Heavy grunt stuns going down on the Wolverines and the Nightingales there. The Spartan has no shield, but it's just heavy grunts here with a couple of rangers. And another ODST comes down. One grunt goblin left. And it does fall. Looks like Hippy's going to be taking this game anytime soon. He's got 4 bases to clear out first if he wants the win, which should give Jeff some time to get back online. But he is down to 10 population, and if Hippy pushes the main export or the main right now, it's going to really hurt Jeff's eco. 2 drops coming down, but again, he doesn't have the mines. He used them on the escape. Not really comboing the mines with a turret drop very well in this game. Just shows that he's a bit rusty in the one scene. ODST mines going down on the base. Shield gen coming up at the back. It's 14 seconds out. It's not going to get up. Hippy does see it. He's going to focus that down. The base is locked. 2 grunt goblins out, but again, Stanchion almost killing it. And a level 1 beam coming down in the corner. Looks like he's focusing the snipers. Picks off a couple because they do have a small health bars. Going to chase the ODSTs to the front, but not the perfect beam to get him out of this sticky situation. Hippy being on PC, splitting really well in these engagements. Jeff might be going for a Scarab. No, he just spent all his power on something. He doesn't have Tech 3 yet. Wow, I thought he got Tech 3 earlier when he spent all that power. Probably should have done, and he could have fought a Scarab right now, but now he's in a very tight situation, losing 2 of his bases there. No shield on the main, and Hippy with an army, 90 population, pushing up the ramp against 34. And the close air support coming in as well on the main base. Going to help take down these turrets. And it looks like Hippy is going to win the game here. Another wasted mine drop by Jeff Kills there. Oh, wait. One mine does manage to activate and go off, but not doing the damage that it would want. And the Nightingales are just going to heal that up anyway. Good Cyclops stun on the army trying to escape. And Hippy is going to chase down the army. And Jeff Kills is going to resign. Nintendo Hippy going to be taking the first game 1-0. Frontier, okay. So game 2, we're going to be going down on Frontier. Potentially one of Jeff's favourite maps. Maybe see Voridus coming out from him, but it could be predictable. Hippy getting extremely cocky in the chat now, asking someone to pick the leader for him. Jeff Kills has locked in. Serena coming out with Jeff Kills, and we're going to be getting Anders coming out with Nintendo Hippy. Hippy normally goes random all if he does not take it seriously, and Jeff might be going in for an early cheese here to try and stop that Spartan coming out from Hippy. Yo, Benven2, thank you for the follow, man. Appreciate it. And here we go, game number 2. Jeff Kills picking probably a low tier leader out of all of the 16 leaders available. Going to be opening up double supply pad. Hippy doing the same. Going to be picking Anders even after Anders nerfs. Didn't affect her too much. She just comes online a lot later than usual. However, she still beats every other leader to upgrades, and she still gets them cheaper as well.
Supply pad upgrade complete.
Rally point on the big bundle of power on the right for Jeff Kills with the Jackrabbit. Yeah, Jeff Kills with the Jackrabbit going over there. XCA5, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Early mini base in the center for Jeff kills. Generator third, pretty standard. Probably a barracks going to be going down on the central mini base here, and he's going to try and put as many cryo troopers on Hippy's base as quickly as possible. Hippy mirroring him with the mini base in the center, and there is the barracks on that center mini base. So this is going to be a pretty quick game, guys. It's going to either be over really quickly for Hippy, or he's going to defend it and put Jeff in a really bad position. Second barracks going down on the main base now for Jeff kills. No production out of Hippy as of yet. We've got a supply pad going on the mini base, picking up a second mini. All supplies and a generator on the main base, so this is not looking good for him at the moment unless he decides to spam some jackrabbits to defend this. And as we say that, one jackrabbit is coming out on the main base.
Supply pad constructed.
The enemy sent vehicles after us. Over.
However, the first cryo troopers are coming out, but he really wants the second point, which has just come in to give them the freeze aura to be able to freeze these pads.
Cryo troops here.
One jackrabbit is out, but Jeff has two marines and a jackrabbit here.
Our base is under attack.
Hippy's just going to be building jackrabbits now out of the mini bases and the main base. Another 3 on the way, but his eco's already getting slowed by this cryo trooper here.
Enemy infantry has us in their sights.
Don't think Hippy was prepared for this. 2 jackrabbits here now for Jeff kills as well. This is going to be really difficult for Hippy to stop, but he did go support drones. So Anders upgrades have managed to get him support drones pretty quickly and fairly cheap there, but now his power income has frozen because of that cryo trooper there. And Jeff doing a really good job at spreading the cryo troopers around. This one cryo trooper is freezing 2 pads because of the aura. This one's freezing the other 2 pads because of the aura. And the rest of the jackrabbits are just trying to deal with Hippy's jackrabbits here. So this is already hurting Hippy really badly in terms of economy. But Hippy does have a better eco right now. Jeff's actually going to back off 2 of his jackrabbits, going to go heal, trying to reserve his units here. The ice blocks going down on each corner to help protect these cryo troopers to try and freeze the jackrabbits before they can pick them off. The generator's down to half health. Almirante, it was Be Safe who timed her out, not Lethal of X. I don't know why though. So that pushes over from Jeff kills. He managed to half health the generator, but now Hippy has an army of jackrabbits. 33 population to 12. Don't have a lot of base damage, but Hippy is going to be going straight for the main base here.
Marines under air assault.
Our base is under attack.
Second generator coming down on the mini base has been scouted by Jeff kills. That barracks has been recycled on the central mini by Jeff as well. All the barracks been recycled by Jeff. He now has 2 gens up and he's turreting up, probably hoping for that Tech 2.
Generator upgrade complete.
Can we get some anti-air support ASAP?
Our base is under attack.
Welcome guys to the channel, 57 viewers. Hope you're enjoying it. If you don't follow, please feel free to hit that follow button. Hippy's going to be clearing out some power nodes with the jackrabbits now, getting full use of these jackrabbits with the upgrade, and he's now ahead of Jeff kills. Maybe. Jeff has 9 population, can't really contest. He's going to lose 2 jackrabbits here for no reason. He's getting Tech 2 though, but he is against an Anders.
Our base is under attack.
Jeff kills is going to lose a mini in the middle of the map here, which means it's going to be 4 mini bases to 2 in favor of Nintendo Hippy. Jeff kills now in Tech 2. Going to be getting an air pad coming up. Probably some early hornets to deal with the jackrabbits. And a barracks as well. with the Bison coming out on the right side, but that is going to be scouted by Nintendo Hippy. There's a lot of Jackrabbits here. 12 Jackrabbits. Jeff's probably going to have to lock the Bison in there, and the mini base or the armory might actually fall before the Bison gets out. Double airpad now coming out for Jeff kills, and he has swapped the armory to the other mini base.
Turret constructed. Supply pad upgrade complete. Our base is under attack. Garage constructed.
And Jeff is going to lose another mini base.
Supply pad constructed.
In a corner right now, probably has his base locked for these Hornets. Douglas is coming out, and Douglas absolutely shreds, especially on PC. Double garage coming out for Hippy as well, and he's already got Wolverines coming out to help deal with these Hornets. Still a lot of Jackrabbits from Nintendo Hippy, giving him a lot of map pressure, and Jeff's going to try and sneak an expert off to the side of his base. That's probably going to get checked immediately by Hippy. Hippy on his side is going to be picking up his own expo as well while all this is going on. Further establishing his dominance. And there we go, one Hornet, two Hornets trying to deal with these Jackrabbits. The base is going to take a lot of damage while these Jackrabbits are in front of it, and it is building. Hornet's trying to back off and kite the Jackrabbits. Actually doing a good job here, Jeff. The Bison comes out as well. Jeff decides to keep the expo because he can heal it up with a Nightingale from the air pads that he already has up. And the Bison's going to push that off. So Jeff is actually going to secure this expo. But we do have a rocket launcher, Douglas in the center with two Wolverines. These Heli Hornets will get shut down quite easily. Jeff needs to be careful with his numbers, try and save them.
Our base is under attack.
More Wolverines coming out for Nintendo Hippy. Jeff does scout the base with one Hornet. Not going to really be able to kill that. Lost another Hornet in the center as well. Still at 23 population. His base is still weak. We got Warthogs and a Douglas pushing up on it right now, and the Bison's going to be out of position pushing that center there. Jeff swapped one of his air pads to a garage. Possibly see some Kodiaks, but he's pretty much broke right now, and he's about to lose his Expo. Yeah, that is a Kodiak being built from Jeff. Wants to cancel the upgrade, save the 400 power on this. 5 seconds away from being upgraded, and it's almost dead.
Combat station
And Hippy's actually just gonna back off here. I think he sees the Bison in the center. He feels like that's a more priority target to kill, and he's going to send his whole army to try and stop it. Drop turret comes down as well. The Bison, no shield, is weak. Drop turret from Jeff as well. The Spartan Slam coming down on the Bison, and the Bison is stuck in a corner. Ice blocks the counter from Jeff, and the Bison is going to fall, and potentially going to see a resign from Jeff. And there it is. It's down to 6 population. Nintendo Hippy currently 2-0 up in this series. And this be safe is why you allow the loser to choose the map. Copy and place. Yes, Almirante, I will. Jeff chose Vault. Is B safe down? Nah, B safe said he's not playing. Okay. Look at this, guys. Are you want to play Hetchy? Do you want to beat Almirante? Have you got the Lord of War with you? Look at this. The salt is real. Alright, game number 3. Jeff Kills has locked in, just waiting for Nintendo Hippy. Potentially, he's asking the chat again. Alright, Jeff Kills has gone for Voiders this time. One of his better leaders. Serena just didn't work last game, but he is going to be playing Nintendo Hippy's Forge here. And Jeff needs to win this to do a reverse sweep of some sort in the series. You go, let's see these Voiders players coming out of Jeff Kills. Cutie, yep.
Supply pad constructed.
Ready for action.
Supply pad upgrade complete. Supply pad constructed.
Alright, Stormrock, I just modded you in the chat, but any mod abuse and it will be removed very quickly. So the rally point from Jeff Kills was on the mini base to the right of Nintendo Hippy's base, but Nintendo Hippy has picked that up, and he's actually going for a counter steal against the Voridus. Not something you normally want to do.
Power extractor constructed.
So he's just going to move off to the side, pick up the power instead. And Jeff Kills with his chopper doing the exact same thing, but on the opposite side of the map. Jeff does pick up a double mini, meanwhile Hippy opts to pick up a single mini on the left hand side here.
Supply pad upgrade complete.
I'm sure there's actually an option where you can spend your gold to ban someone for 1 day in the stream.
Mini base constructed.
Our base is under attack. Harvester constructed.
So we are going to get a Forge's Warthog coming out for Nintendo Hippy with Jackrabbit spam as well. Generally, because Vault is such a big map, you don't get such much action early on. Jeff Kills does have the raid camp up though, and he's going to be taking up the other double mini. So it looks like we're going to be getting Chopper, Jump Back Brute coming out of Jeff Kills. And the Chopper's going to do really well against the Forge Warhog. But one might get picked off here.
I'm being harassed by enemy vehicles.
There you go. You really need to keep hold of those Chopper numbers if you're going to do well against Forge Hog this early in the game. Another one from Jeff Kills might get picked off. He needs to be really careful now. 3 Jackrabbits and a Forge are going to be giving that defensive aura buff on the Jackrabbits as they're flying around the map as well. There's going to be a lot of mobility from this Forge Hog.
I'm under attack from
Don't know where Jeff is sending this Jump Pack Brute. Probably should be harassing that mini base. Probably too focused on the Forchog. Another chopper comes out. This is looking bad for Jeff Kills. If he keeps losing these choppers, he needs them to be able to take down that Warhog. You need about 7 chopper ramps to kill that on take 1. There we go. The jump pad brutes are now actually backing off to that mini base. There's no turrets on the main base. If Jeff scouts that, he could easily start harassing that and force Hippy back.
Generator upgrade complete.
Another chopper coming out. This one is going to die. Manages to get a ram on a jackrabbit and kill that beforehand though. Looks like Hippy might have actually recycled this mini base. It died pretty fast.
Jackrabbit, reporting for duty. Jackrabbit under fire from ground troops.
We're being assaulted by enemy vehicles.
Good anvil round in the middle of all 4 of those choppers there. 2 die almost instantly. Forchog going to back off. Doesn't want to get caught by that jump at brute slam. And Jeff, again, looking in a really bad spot at the moment. Crew6, why would you redeem pick my leader when I'm not playing? It's a very specific percentage, Almorant here. 11 jackrabbits and a Forchog from Nintendo Hippy. Going to be clearing out the double mini base. Jeff down to 16 population. His plans in these matches just haven't gone the way he wanted. Again finds himself in a tough spot back into his base without the population lead or an army to contest Hippy's army. Does have the mini base lead. Losing a double mini though. And he did get into Tech 2. Going to be going for a Marauder spam.
Augmented extractor upgrade complete. Our base is under attack. Leader power ready. Front squad under infantry attack.
Grenadier comes down to harass this mini base next to Hippy's base.
Foundry
Combat Spoiler is going to give him a bit of eco off that, but it's going to be
upgrade complete.
eco over time, so he's going to get supply for quite a while if Hippy doesn't stop this, which is pretty good. Even just having 1 grunt on each mini base does help your economy quite a lot with combat spoils.
Complete.
And now the jump pad brute's coming down to the main base. Hippy's kind of in the center, but he has a lot of mobility to be able to get back. 2 turrets against 2 jump pad brutes and 2 jackrabbits. So this small push from Jeff's going to get a few hits on the generator, a bit of power, but they are going to die. Jeff Kills opting for the Expo, closest to his base now. Kind of like just a distraction to try and get that up. But the jackrabbits are near.
Marauder prepped and ready.
7 minutes in, Hippy does get Tech 2. Garage coming up on the main base. Probably going to see one on the mini bases as well. And we do. And this is a Tech 2 Forge Hog coming back with the Hogs to deal with these couple of units that are siphoning a bit of resources off. But still, it's a good distraction for Jeff, pulling the army back to Hippy's main base to be able to secure his Expo. Hippy just gets a slight scout on the main base there to see that Jeff is in Tech 2. And another double mini cleared out by Hippy. But Jeff does kill the jackrabbit there, so he should be able to pick that back up. Can afford it.
Leader power ready. Marauder, our base is under attack.
Chooses not to buy it, and Hippy's actually going to buy that. And now we're getting a push on the Expo, but all the Marauders are away from the Expo. Won't be able to defend this. It is getting upgraded as well. Got no counter units, just pure Marauder. And Jeff can't really trade Marauders with the Forge Hog and Warthogs. He needs to just avoid them. Get some economy from harassing the mini bases. Just like he's doing. He's going to get a nice pick on a Warthog here.
Enemy vehicles.
And Hippy's not going to choose to kill the Expo. He's going to choose to go back and try and kill the army Marauders that are flying around.
Constructed. We're under attack from their vehicles. Stronghold upgrade.
Who are you playing next, Hetchy?
Marauder, ready to engage.
Forge's going to be chasing down the Marauders. Looks like they will probably escape.
They're attacking us with
And the Jackrabbits are going to the Expo, which is now upgraded. Jeff has swapped into a Fed generator. Really needs to escape and preserve as many units as he can. Good job, Marauders do slow when they do hit. So the Forge and the rest of the army is being slowed by the Marauders, allowing them to escape a lot quicker. Engineer going down on the Expo and a raid count with a War Council as well. But we're getting a push by Hippy on this base, and surely he's got Scatter Bomb by now. A nice scatter with an anvil round would wipe most of these Marauders.
Our base is under attack. Enemy vehicles. Augmented extractor up.
Here we go. Anvil round going down with the Scatter Bomb. Right in the middle of the army, going to slow the vehicles, and all those Marauders just died. Jeff kills down to 28 population. Going to try and get a late shield on the back, but 42 seconds away. Losing all of his Marauders down to 19 population versus 52. Hippy going to sweep the series by the looks of things. Bit of a last-stitch Grenadier drop there.
Engine revved and ready.
Don't know what that means. It's all ogre, Jeff. You mean it's all over, Hippy? Jeff gonna try and sneak an Expo next to Hippy's base on the right hand side. Hippy hasn't even picked up an Expo yet. He's chosen to populate, but he doesn't really need to because he's got all these mini bases with all these slots on. Cleared out another mini bases as Jeff got Gorse overcharge, a tech-free Forger pushing this base. Gonna deny the War Council.
Air pad constructed. Someone give me a hand with these vehicles.
It looks like Hippy's just toying with Jeff at the moment.
Outpost constructed.
Jeff, just get the other base up and running.
We're being harassed by enemy vehicles.
Another mini base gets taken down.
Used hammer researched. Our base
I just wish Hippy would push the Expo and end this. Decides to push the main instead. No shield on the main base.
leader power ready.
Fed generator falls. Not really sure what Jeff's game plan here. Maybe a last-stitch cataclysm to try and clear this army out. Buy him some time so he can get a Scarab. But probably not going to be able to get this.
Targeted by enemy vehicles.
Jeff using his leader Y ability and an invigorating frenzy to heal up his base here. But Hippy is just going to back off, so he's baited a couple of leader powers there. The grain drop, the invigorated frenzy. Jeff managed to get the Fed base upgraded, and Hippy's going to be picking up his first base.
Supply pad constructed.
Hornet here.
Our base is under attack.
Leader power ready.
Jeff now has a shield on his Expo, and Hippy has scouted the Fed base from Jeff.
Mini base
Trying to get a shield generator up on it, but these two hogs are going to be able to pick it off, and the rest of the army is coming over here as well. We're now seeing a transition into Banshees coming out of Jeff kills.
apex constructed.
He did have double Apex on this Fed base, trying to sneak it through, but Hippy has found it, and he's going to focus it down. He's going to main the base. Sitting at 80 population, now has his Expo up and running. Reinforcements now researched from Hippy as well. Looking really strong in this game. Jeff managing to clear down 2 of the double minis there. And loses the Fed base.
Complete.
Leader power ready. base is under attack. Leader power ready.
Hippy still has all these hogs alive. Doesn't look like he wants to push that base. Is he going into vultures? Hippy's been out of the game that long. He doesn't know about the vulture meta. He's going to be going hornets instead.
Hornet waiting for orders.
Scream my name in fear.
Voidus loses his shield there.
Our base is under attack. Upgrade complete.
Nightingale here. Need repairs?
We're being harassed by enemy vehicles.
Somehow Jeff is managing to buy a lot of time. I don't know if that's because Hippy's waiting for something, or he's just toying with him. But he needs to be careful.
Hornet ready.
Really doesn't want to give Jeff too much time to try and get back into this game.
Leader point earned.
Hippy's army is close to the third base of Jeff, and Jeff might pick up this base again over here. Going to be getting a push up onto the main base. There is no Wolverines. There's no Wolverines out of Nintendo Hippy here, and that is a big line of Banshees going over to the center of the map. Looks like we're going to be getting a Grizzly push onto the main base. Almost has enough eco for it. Shield Gen's so close to coming up as well. 10 seconds. Let's see if Hippy focuses that down first. He's actually going round to the back of the base. Banshees are all in the center. Is Jeff going to come back, or is he going to push? Shield Gen's going to come up. Going to buy some time for Jeff here. This could be the moment Jeff needs. Plasma Torpedo is upgraded. Look how quickly this base is falling. Hippy might lose his expo here, but there's an army of Hornets swarming from absolutely nowhere to deal with the Banshees.
Our base is under attack.
Unless Jeff uses a Gren drop, he's got nowhere to spread goo to heal his Banshees with Invigorating Frenzy as well. Going to have to back off, losing a lot of units. Hippy has 108 out of 120 population. Meanwhile, Jeff on 58 out of 80.
I'm being attacked by enemy air units.
Banshees get chased down by all these Hornets. Run into a Forge Hog as well. The army Jeff's just took forever to build up.
Our base is under
Just got obliterated.
Under fire.
Turret constructed.
Goo drop coming down. Viability come down from the leader. Invigorating Frenzy coming down to heal the army. And Hippy actually sees it. Jeff's trying to get off a car, but Hippy just isn't letting him do it at all. And now Jeff's just wasted his Invig and his leader Viability. Hippy's free to push up onto the main uncontested from that Cataclysm.
Under attack.
Supply pad upgrade complete.
No vultures, no problem.
I need some anti-air support ASAP. Hornet report.
Shield drops fairly quickly before Jeff can even pull back to try and defend this. Going to lose a few pads as well before he gets there.
base is under attack.
80 population versus 100. Needed that Cataclysm desperately. Didn't manage to pull it off.
Leader point earned.
Hippy just doing the best he can to avoid the army. Looks like he has a couple of Nightingales here for detect to detect the cloak base. If he can drop the shield and kill the cloaking generator, he should be pretty good.
I'm under fire. Over.
And he's just staying at arm's length away from Jeff. Doesn't want to lose too much and picking off a lot of units of Jeff's as well. Looks like Hippy probably has air level 3 here. Meanwhile, Jeff only has Plasma Torpedo. And just like we saw in the early game, Jeff losing a lot of choppers early on before he could really master them. He did manage to get a good number of Banshees out. Just getting air level 1 now. It's just a little too late for Jeff. And Hippy's almost mained this base down, killing a lot of the army as well.
Hornet under fire from enemy air units. Do you read?
The leader is spreading goo. Needs to use the Cataclysm now. Does use the Cataclysm. Heavy metal plus the heal from Nintendo Hippy. He's just going to say, fuck you, Jeff. And he's just going to sit in it. Your Cataclysm is trash. Hashtag buff Cataclysm late game. Hippy completely outplaying Jeff in this series. Going to be taking the win home 3-0.